Okay guys, Sandra and I are going to show you how we cook chicken in the Dutch oven. Simple recipe, and man is it good. And so I'm fixing to get the fire going here, and but we're going to use some coal also. I'm just going to go ahead and get a nice fire going, because that's what we're going to do this evening, is sit around the fire. But again, for those of you that are not aware of where I'm at, we're at Mayberry Campground in Mount Airy. And so this land here is part of a huge land area owned by Ang and Chang Bunker. And so now the relatives own this now. And so, but we're out here, and this is one of the fire rings. Now, they don't have a fire ring like this at every site. They don't have the capabilities of putting a fire ring at every site right now. And so it's kind of a first come, first serve. If you come to an area that doesn't have it, they have the fire ring stored, and so you have to ask for one, and then they give you a portable one. But this one right here is a permanent fire ring, really nice. And so, but I'm going to go ahead and get this fire going, and we're going to show you exactly how we do it so you can try it out at your house. Okay, we got the fire going, and what I did is I got lots and lots of coals down there, and I got the charcoal going. Now, normally you would put the charcoals underneath the Dutch oven, and then you would put charcoal on top of the lid of the Dutch oven. Now, because it's so hot, I've got so much heat generated here, I just decided to get this grate here, and I'm going to put the Dutch oven on top of that, as you can see. And it's hot. I mean, you can't hold your hand underneath here long. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to put the coals on top of the lid. Now, this is vegetable oil. And how much are we putting?
Just about coat the bottom of it.
You want to coat the bottom of it?
Yeah, maybe a quarter cup, third of a cup, something like that.
Okay, so what we're doing is we want this Dutch oven hot. I mean, we want it hot, because what we're going to do is we're going to put the chicken in, and we're going to brown both sides, or the skin side.
We're going to brown the skin side and render some of the fat out, and then we're going to flip it over, add our vegetables, and put the lid on.
Okay, so we're going to let this get nice and hot, and we'll be back. Okay, what we decided to do was go ahead and put it on some coals. We got started a little later than what we wanted, but if you see how that's frying, that's how hot you want it. So it's making that skin nice and brown. And so just to go ahead and get the ball rolling, I'm hungry. We decided to go ahead and dump some coals in and go ahead and get this puppy rocking. So at any rate, we're going to flip that over, and are we going to let this side brown?
No, we're going to go ahead and put the vegetables in.
Okay. So, again, real quick, what did you marinate this chicken with?
It's a combination of rotisserie chicken seasoning, lemon pepper, garlic powder, salt and pepper, and a little Cajun seasoning.
All right, and how long did you let it marinate?
About 6 hours.
6 hours.
Whew.
All right.
What?
Oh, okay, I forgot. Let's go ahead and get the, now, you can put 2 or 3 bags of this in here, but carrots and onions is absolutely just gorgeous with this chicken.
And you can do potatoes, but I'm going to make mashed potatoes. Okay, so, it's hot.
Anything else you're going to put on here?
A guy I work with at Chewy's going to culinary school, and he always said to put a little bit of brown sugar on your vegetables if you're doing peppers and onions, or in this case carrots and onions. It just adds a little sweetness, and it also caramelizes really nicely. So we're going to sprinkle it with a little bit of brown sugar, and then I'm going to salt and pepper those, and then that's going to be it.
And you're going to pour some water?
Yeah, I'm going to pour a little bit of water in the bottom. Just to,
you can pour it now?
Yes, before we close it up.
You're going to salt and pepper it?
And that's it.
And this is gonna take how long to cook?
An hour.
And guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some coals on top of the lid, just to cover the lid. And I've got those in this thing right here. I'm gonna sprinkle those on top of the lid.
I gotta go get my water, Donnie.
All right.
Okay, we'll see you back in an hour.
Okay, what she did is here is she just added how much water?
About a cup of water.
About a cup of water to it also. And now we're gonna let it cook for about an hour. What I've done is I've just put just a few coals on top. And because the fire is so hot along this side here, I'm turning it ever so often. I think traditionally it's every 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's 15
You're supposed to turn it a quarter of a turn, and then
one way and the pot the other way.
Yeah, you turn the pot a quarter of a turn whichever way, and then you would return the lid to that other position.
Yes.
Before you turned it. You would just kind of keep returning that. And so, but because I got so much heat on this one side, which normally we wouldn't have that, but because this thing is so closed in and there's nothing out here to put the pot at, it's ground and grass, I don't think they'd appreciate us putting the fire outside of it or the coals outside of it. So what I'm doing is periodically, every 5 to 10 minutes, I'm turning this thing. And so, and I'm not really worried about the top of the lid. And so, but I can grab coals as these coals are cooling off. I can grab some of these coals over here and just put them on top of it. And so, but we're just gonna open the lid up from time to time, just kind of check on it, make sure everything's going good, and in the end, we should have an outstanding meal.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Just taking a little look-see at it. It's going good. It's going real good. Okay, as you can see, we are running out of light. We should have started about an hour earlier, but what I've been basically doing is constantly turning the Dutch oven, adding coals to the top, and what I've been doing is scooping some on this other side here, just sliding it, picking up the Dutch oven, and then scooting some coals from that underneath it just to keep it hot. And so we're going to let this go. How much farther?
About 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes, and it would be cooking about
55 minutes.
55 minutes. Now, we forgot one important essential item, and that was the meat thermometer. We left it at the house. Normally, we keep one in the house and one in the motorhome, but we decided to use the one in the motorhome for whatever reason.
Our battery was dead in the one in the house.
Was the battery dead?
Yes.
Okay, and so we left it. And so, but we're fairly confident because it took an hour last time we cooked this when we were at what was that? Cullowhee. And so if y'all want to see that one, just go on to my YouTube channel and look at Hip Camping at Cullowhee, North Carolina, and so you can see that. We actually do some chicken on that one. You'll see us talking about that. And so that's a real neat video, a real neat place to camp too.
Oh, I love it.
But at any rate, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to allow this to keep cooking, and the next time you see it, it will be inside the motorhome, and we'll let you see what it looks like. All right? Okay, it's finished. We just ran out of daylight outside, but in a nutshell, this is the finished product here, if you guys can see that, and it is cooked extremely well. The chicken just fell apart, and the carrots are cooked all the way through. And so now the gravy we made up with the juices from the chicken, and we just kind of mixed. It's got little bits of chicken and carrot mixed in with it, and so it really is good, absolutely fantastic. So other than that, we got sides of potatoes and a roll. And so if you guys got any questions, just message us and let us know, and we can help you out. Okay.